I always think I look a lot better when I pose for the thumbnail.
I always pose and I'm like, oh, that was a good one. And then like while I'm like editing and getting it, and I'm like, where's the good one?
Well, no, because it's either like you look good and I look like shit, or like I look good and you look like shit.
Right. Yep. Nope, it always happens. It always happens. Never fails.
Yeah, no, it never does. Never does. All right. I guess I'll intro us in to the podcast. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Fashionably Broke Podcast. We're at episode 48. That is 2 away from 50. So buckle up because it's about to be a bumpy ride. We were just talking about our schedules in the podcast schedule. Going into the rest of December into the new year, which is our 1 year, and then honestly moving forward too. And let's just say there's no time off. No time off, but you know, that's fine. But like our schedules literally could not be the more opposite.
Right. That's our issue that we run into. That we could not be more opposite.
No, yeah, and it's like a huge problem because like she's not like really free on the weekends. My weekdays are like literally always jammed. So we really had to like literally sit down and like talk through things and like be like, if we know any dates in the future in 2024, tell them now because we need to block them out and we need to figure out what day we're going to record. So, you know.
Hey, but we're figuring out. We got the end of the year. We got the beginning of the year. We have some exciting episodes coming up that I'm not going to say anything about just yet.
Very, very exciting episodes. But just might as well tell the world now. Next week, we will not have an episode. That is technically the episode that falls over Christmas. So we're just going to take that week off. Technically, we're not taking it off. We are still recording some things, but they just might be released a couple weeks later.
Right.
So, no episode next week. So might as well just say Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, everyone. We will be off next week, but we will be releasing on the 27th. So a few days after Christmas, so you can get excited for that one. That's going to be an exciting one, and I can't wait for y'all to see what we have planned. But yeah, Merry freaking Christmas. This year's done. It's over.
Yeah, I was also just telling Kassidy, I have not bought anyone Christmas gifts yet. And it's like, I was just informed that if I were to order something, probably wouldn't get in time. So wish me luck because after this, I'm about to do hella Christmas shopping on my phone.
Hella. So it's sounding like liquor from the liquor store, and that's going to be
honestly. See, yeah.
That's a great gift. That's a great gift.
I mean, think it has come down to that. Might just pick up a couple bottles and just be like, Merry Christmas, be jolly.
Right. Do y'all ever get in, and not that you would know, not like you know inventory or work the floor, but do y'all ever have Eagle Rare?
So,
should I not be asking?
Yeah, you should not be asking. I actually crazy. Yeah. I actually know our inventory pretty well because I do all of our like marketing campaigns. So like all of like the email, like marketing emails. I do a lot of like whiskey pre-order stuff. So yes, we do. Yeah.
Got it. Moving on.
Moving on. We have to start off like we always do. Y'all already know it's a habit by now, and if you don't know, then I don't know where you've been living under a rock. But let's kick off our highs and lows. Kassidy, what's going on? What's been going on in your neck of the woods?
My high is I mean, I did have my neighborhood happy hour. That is definitely a topic we'll hit on a little bit later after we get through the first few things. That seems like forever ago, like absolutely forever ago, but that was in the past week. So I would say that was my high. My low is I had nothing planned this past weekend,
Mm-hmm.
but somehow I booked myself full to where
Me
like
too.
I was laying on the couch 10 p.m. on Sunday being like, I'm exhausted. Like, gosh dang it. This was supposed to be my weekend off. This was supposed to be my weekend to catch up on things, and nothing got done. Absolutely nothing.
That's the way it
But
goes.
honestly, it is what it is. Like, kill me. Like, sue me. I don't know what you want me to say. I just get bored sitting at home alone.
Yeah, me too. Don't you
But
worry.
I need to do it because, like, my backyard needs cleaning up. My closet just needs a little facelift with some organization. And
So does mine.
but we're gonna get to that this upcoming weekend because I'm not doing anything
You will be.
except on Sunday.
My weekend was completely free. My week last week, absolutely not.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah. Sorry,
Oh.
that was my low. Yeah, go for it. I'm excited to hear your highs and lows because wow.
From last week to this week feels like it has been 7 months. 7 months long. I don't even know. My highs and lows are literally just jumbled together. I don't have a true high and low for this week
Fair.
because so much has happened within the past. So much has happened within the past 3 days, but like even more so over the past 5 days. Like when I tell you just nonstop. It's been crazy. This morning was rough. Today felt like I've lived 10 lives. My brain had literally stopped working today. Like, everything was flaring up. My ADHD flaring up. My dyslexia flaring up. I couldn't function. And yes, I can say that because, like, I have those things. Literally could not fully function today. So honestly, I don't even know. Do we even need, like, do I just jump into, like, the past?
Yeah. Tell us about what happened this weekend. All
72
of it.
crazy hours. So, okay, started off Friday, great. Other than the fact, well, actually, no, it was all great. We had Morgan's family in town, which was so awesome to see them. They were picking up a car in Tennessee, so they came and stayed with us. We went to like trivia. All was like great.
Fun.
Yeah, no, it was actually like a lot of fun. So it was like hectic all week.
Mm-hmm.
Like all week, we record and then it's like, okay, we got to prep everything for like release. And then it was like they came in town and then it was like they're in town. We like did trivia. Then Friday hit and I was invited to like a gingerbread making party. So I went with some of my friends that I've made here and we did that, which was a lot of fun. It was a blast. Except my gingerbread ended up falling apart.
As they always do. I mean, like, does anyone's ever really stay together? Like, you wake up the next morning and it's just...
you have to hot glue them. Like, I
swear.
100%.
100%.
So, from said gingerbread making party,
right,
we went out.
Obviously.
Of course. So, one cool thing, which literally I totally forgot that we did this. We went to Santa's Pub. So Santa's Pub is like a really famous bar in Nashville. It's like a little bit outside of the city, and it's literally just like a trailer, the tiniest trailer you will ever walk inside of. But it's like decorated like Christmas year round, and like they do karaoke, but everyone that does karaoke is insanely good.
Well, you're in Nashville, so What do you
Very
expect?
true. Very
Don't
true.
ever get up there. Don't even try.
Someone asked, they're like, what song would you sing? I'm like, Tequila. Like, literally all you have to da 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 tequila. Like, that's all I would be able to sing.
Right.
But apparently a lot of famous people will sometimes just show up randomly because everyone loves that bar. So I'm excited I got to see it for the first time. Except it's a cash only bar, and the only thing they serve is beer. Not even like fancy beer. Think Michelob.
Right.
That's about it.
Hey, that's my favorite beer. I can't complain.
So that was fun. But then, of course, we ended up going to Broadway. So it was a late night. Stayed at my friend's house. Woke up the next day, hungover, of course. So moseyed my way back to my house and started off pretty lazy day. And we knew that the weather was supposed to be bad. Like there were tornado warnings, days before Saturday. So Saturday, I was talking with my friends, even though I was hungover. I was like, what do y'all want to do? Let's go do something. Let's go to dinner. Let's go grab some drinks, whatever.
Right.
Thinking, yes, the weather was bad. It was super cloudy, but, it hadn't really rained. It was warm outside. And so, around maybe like I have to like go through the events of the day. Around 2-ish, we're like, okay, yeah, we're going to go start getting ready and we're going to go out.
Right, because it's the calm before the storm.
Yes. And so, meanwhile, while we're starting to get ready, 2:30 hits, a horrible tornado hit Clarksville, which Clarksville is not super, super close to me. It's pretty far from me, but I think it was around like 2 something in the afternoon. Clarksville got hit. They did have some casualties, and it's very, very sad. So around that time, I think around like 3, we're listening to the news and they're like, hey, we can't really tell, like there's more clouds brewing, but we don't know like where it's going.
Right.
So, also, yeah, to those that don't know, the Nashville area got hit with some really like bad tornadoes. So yeah, sorry to bring the mood down, but it was like 4 o'clock started to roll around, and they're, the news or outlets are like, hey, this is actually serious. This is no longer a warning. If you live in these areas, like this isn't a warning. They're like, this is an emergency. Like, go to your safe place, if you're driving, like literally find the nearest place that you can go into to like take shelter. And so I don't even remember what time we were under like tornado emergency until like 5:15. And I honestly don't even remember what time it was, but the tornadoes passed through Hendersonville, Gallatin, Goodlettsville, and Madison. So all those places got hit. I luckily was very lucky, and my neighborhood is fine. But a lot of people lost their houses, so it's kind of scary. It's crazy.
Is that a big thing in Tennessee? Is tornadoes?
So I've heard in certain areas they are not common, but like they get a lot of warnings because of just the way like where it's situated. Like Nashville in the like state, they get a lot of warnings, but never anything like that. I was looking up, I think the like worst tornado that they ever had was like in 2008, and this came like pretty much like close to that. Oh, just like in the damage, in like the path it took, like it was literally on the ground forever, and like it hit so many different places. And so people are like, you know, honestly, like Nashville is pretty safe. Like you get warnings, but like a lot of the times nothing really happens. Once you get closer to Kentucky, I heard, which like Nashville is pretty high up in the state, and like we're not far from Kentucky. I think it takes an hour to get to Kentucky from where I live. So up closer to Kentucky, I think that they get more, but it is every so often. It's not all the time. It's not like a yearly thing.
Right.
Yes, warnings happen, but there are like a lot of times it doesn't actually touch ground. So it was, my neighborhood is fine, but Hendersonville, like there are some like businesses and houses that were damaged.
Really?
Yeah, Clarksville and Madison got the worst of it. There was an explosion in Madison because of I almost said hurricane, because of the tornado. But I was like thinking about it, and I have like, I've been through like, I feel like now 3 different like natural disasters. Like I've been through like a horrible like once in a lifetime flood. I've been through like a couple hurricanes, nothing as bad as Katrina, or, you know, like nothing close to that. But like, you know, just I've been through like a category 1 hurricane. And then now like tornadoes. But the thing is like what is so scary about tornadoes is like, yes, you have warning, but you don't, because no one actually knows like where it's headed and like where it's gonna hit. Like you can't evacuate like you can a hurricane. Like you can leave, you're given enough warning, they track it, and it blows in from, you know, the Gulf, that you have enough warning to like leave, and they can track it building. But like tornadoes, there is truly no like path that they can say, hey, like you're in danger, you can't leave. So you're literally just like sitting there like helpless, you know, whether you have a basement or don't. Like we obviously don't have a basement, but you're just sitting there, you know. I hope I hope it doesn't come this way. Like I hope it doesn't go anywhere, but like there's nothing that you can do to prevent, there's nothing that you can do to help, other than just like try to find the safest like place in your house.
Right. No, because like growing up, I mean, we didn't have a lot of tornadoes in Cedar Park, but I remember this one, you know, this handful of, I think, I don't know, I can't remember what year it was, but like we got a lot of like, so what is it? It's warnings, and then, but what's the other one? Why am I blanking?
Like
They're both, watch and warning.
Yeah,
that's it. So we just like we're getting a lot of those, and I think I was in like middle school, but nothing freaks me out more till this day, till like natural disasters. Like because there's just nothing you can do. Tornadoes, especially, like you said, there's absolutely nothing
that you can do other
you
than
can do.
Hope that you don't like it doesn't cross your path, and or that you're just in the safest place possible to like, if it does, like that you'll be safe and okay. So I mean, it is like wild. I mean, I wasn't like freaked out, but it is like sad to see the aftermath, because then we like had lost power. But again, I was so very fortunate in this situation, which is like, you know, sad to say, because my neighborhood was one of the first neighborhoods to get power back. I know there's like still some people that don't have power, so like we're on a water restriction. And I mean, yeah, there's a lot of damage, which is very sad. So just everyone pray for the families and businesses that lost their homes, and you know, that's all you can do.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I feel like not many people know about like the tornadoes in Nashville, like if you're not in that area. But yeah, I didn't even know until like Morgan sent me like a video of like the weather outside, and then you sent a picture of y'all just like all sitting in the bathroom or whatever that was, and I was like, oh God.
Yeah. And so when we lost power, I mean, of course, you know, tornado literally came through. We like no cell service. Like Morgan and Brett, they had some service. I didn't. Like I could get some calls, but then they would drop, but I couldn't make a call out or like text anyone, you know, of course. And so we decided, we like ended up driving into Nashville and staying at a friend's house because as soon as I got to where there was service, my phone was blowing up. People were like, okay, I haven't heard from you in like 2 hours. Like what's going on? Like, are you okay? Because they're like, oh, you were texting us before, and then all of a sudden you dropped off. So like the family I used to nanny for, they live in Franklin. And Franklin was fine and like safe. They just had like bad weather. So she was like blowing up my phone, texting my friends in Louisiana to blow up my phone because she's like she's not responding. Literally the tornado, like it called out her neighborhood, it called out like all these things, like you on the news. That's the thing, it's like you're listening and they're just calling out roads like that it could possibly go to or like pass through. So all of a sudden we're just hearing like our neighborhood and we're like, okay, so we gotta get in the bathroom right now. But yeah, no, it was wild. So then we ended up staying pretty much closer to downtown so that we could have service. But then our power came back on while we were away. So yeah, we were one of the first people to get power back. And yeah, so that was crazy. Saturday was crazy.
Yeah, crazy times.
Crazy, then horrible enough. Went out, got super drunk.
No, sometimes you just have to do that.
Yeah,
you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, and then Sunday took me and my Sunday scaries to go get my hair done.
Looks great. I love it.
Thank you. Yes, she's blonde. She is blonde. She is blonde. But let me tell you, it was a very interesting experience.
I'm excited to hear. Please go on.
So, as y'all know, obviously I moved to Nashville, and I don't have a person to do my hair because my best friend used to do my hair back in Louisiana. So I reached out to everyone that I knew in Nashville to be like, hey, where do you get your hair done? You know, especially, do you know any like blonde specialists, blah, blah, blah. So people were sending me recs, which so great. Looked up their work, so great. Except the fact that they were booked out for months. Months. And also with my work schedule, it's just really hard for me to be able to go during the week because no one is open late enough. Especially because I get blonde and that takes forever. So I got a salon suggestion, and they take appointments on Saturday and Sunday. So I was like, heck yeah. Score? All right, cool. So I'm just looking up the different stylists that are working on Sunday. And this story that I'm about to tell, it has nothing to do against the girl that did my hair. Obviously, I'm not going to say any names. It has nothing to do against the studio. The studio is who I'm more upset with. I'm obviously not going to name names. So, of course, it is hard to go get your hair done to someone you don't know, that doesn't know you, that doesn't know your hair, that doesn't, you know, they're seeing you pretty much for the first time when you walk in. So, you know, obviously I was a little bit nervous, but I mean, really, you can't mess it up. So met the girl. She was so nice. I just was very hungover. But, you know, I was chatting it up. Like, I was trying to be funny. Like, I was honestly spitting out jokes left and right. Honestly, the top of my game on the comedy level, which... Good. Yeah. So, again, my hair, as you all saw, was really, really bad. It was my roots were literally down to, like, my ears. So, there was a lot that she had to do. But again, she doesn't know my hair. She doesn't know how my hair lifts. So she wanted to go a safer route and basically like put the bleach on at like I don't know the terms. She was explaining it to me, but honestly, I wasn't really paying attention.
Who does?
Yeah.
Just do
so
it,
basically, she didn't want to put she didn't want it to process too fast or like fry off, you know, because she didn't really know.
Yeah, God, please don't let it fry off.
Yeah. So basically she put the bleach on and she was like, I just want you to sit and process like without heat. Well, my roots, like my like color level is dark. Like it's gotten pretty dark, especially because I'm never out in the sun. I literally don't see the sun. So my hair has just really gotten dark. But if I were to be out in the sun all the time, it would probably be a lot lighter. So it was taking a really long time for it to actually like fully work the bleach, you know, turn my hair the actual like the color that it needed to be. So she eventually, it was like I was sitting there for a long time, and she was like, okay,
like how long?
Like I went in, my appointment technically started like 2:45. I think I sat down in her chair at 2:50. I didn't leave till like 6:30. I left at like 6:15. So she finally just like sat me down, whatever, under like a dryer. And so she's like, we eventually got to the rinsing point. And basically I was like, I lighten up my hair, which the color is phenomenal. Like it honestly, she did such a good job. I did not expect it. It doesn't even look as light as like it is. I didn't expect it to get this light like the first go round. I was not expecting like it to be as light as it is, which I love. And she's like washing my hair. Well, then she says something that I feel like you don't want anyone to say to you when like you're getting your hair done and like they're putting bleach in it. And she goes, so I have a dilemma. And I was like, what? It's like, what's your dilemma? And by this point, it's probably like 5:30. She's like, so I don't think I'm going to have enough time to like blow your hair out, to like blow dry your hair. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, okay, that's fine. Like, totally get it. I can tell that some stylists are starting to like pack up and leave. But also at the same time, it is 20 degrees here. So I was like, damn, that's just going to really suck. And also, like, that's the whole point. Like, you know, you get your hair done, they, like, do it for you, and then you're like, oh, it's beautiful. So
that's like, okay, part of the service I'm paying for.
So I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. Like, I have left the salon with wet hair before. Like, you know what? It's not the end of the world. Like, I'm getting it done, whatever. So she goes sit me down in her chair. And then the receptionist walks past. And she was like, can I see you for a second? And I'm just sitting there, and she was like, and then the girl that's doing my hair looks at me, and she goes, I'm so sorry, like, I know I haven't finished your hair, because I was supposed to get a trim. She's like, can we pay really quick? They're like, everyone's leaving, like, they're starting to get really mad at me. She's like, I took a lot longer than, like, I should have. And I was like, oh my God. Again, I'm being so nice. I'm like, oh my God, no, that's totally fine. Like, that's not a problem. Like, yeah, let's go pay. I do think that she gave me a discount because it was not as expensive as I thought. For me, sitting in the chair for that long, it was not as expensive. Like, I was shocked at how cheap it was.
Swipe the card as fast as you can.
Good. So I was like, okay. I'm thinking, because I can just tell that this poor girl is like starting to get like anxious, and I'm being so nice. I'm like, oh my God, it is no problem. I know you want to, like, I totally get like they have to pack up and like go, and like you probably have to go too, and like you've been here for so long, and I know you're probably starving. I'm so sorry that my hair's taking so long. Obviously, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what else to do. So she's like, okay, let's just get you down for a quick trim. When I say it was a quick trim, it was snip. All right, so good to have you in the chair. Bye. And I was like, wait, what? You know, when you get your hair done, they like split it into sections, and then like when they go up to the front, pull it so it's even.
Obviously, yeah.
My hair is great. She barely cut anything off, but she cut off pretty much only on one side. So my hair is visibly uneven. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
That's pretty uneven, which again is fine. You can't really tell. Like, my hair's still pretty long, but also I'm like, I'm assuming then maybe like I just paid for the color, but it was like sopping wet. But that's not the entirety. Again, I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad in general. I'm just like, oh, damn. How people were walking past the chair and shooting the dirtiest looks in my direction is what pissed me off.
I just don't understand because, like, granted, like, if it takes longer than it, like, yes, that was a long time, but, like, not the longest I've ever heard for, like, a blonde to, like, do, like, when I tell you every single time I went in to get my hair done blonde, 4 hours. 4 hours
And
every single time. Like, it is what it is.
And I get it's a Sunday and it's 6. I get that.
Okay,
but also
sorry.
Don't make me feel like it's my fault. She didn't. The stylist didn't. Everyone else in the salon made it feel like it was my fault. Shooting me the dirtiest looks, like literally walking past the chair, just like constantly walking past the chair. And then I, get up to leave with sopping wet hair. It was so wet, I literally I grabbed a towel and I had to wring it out because I was it is 25 degrees outside. I'm not walking outside with sopping wet hair.
Right.
So I go walk past the receptionist and I'm like, bye, thank y'all so much. They literally just stare at me. Don't even say anything. So then I walk out. Then I realized, I was like, oh my God, I paid, but I didn't tip her. She didn't even ask. She didn't hand me a receipt to tip, anything. I think because she felt bad, because when I tell you, she was rushing me. It was being rushed. Her washing my hair was tangly, and she was stressing out, to the max. I was like, okay. So then I was like, well, I'm not going to leave. It's not her fault. Right. She didn't know my hair, and it took a while, and they're being the dicks. She is not. Right. She was being so nice, and she was so very flustered. I think she was just scared that I was gonna be pissed, which I am, but not at her, because as a salon, I feel like you should stay open until.
Right, or it's a come and go thing. Not everyone has to stay there. If she locks up for the night, she locks up for the night. That kind of thing. I don't know. That's just, and it is just crazy to me. Even with the crap ton of hair I have, it does not take that long for a trim and at least a blow dry. You don't have to style.
Well,
just blow dry.
That's the thing. To highlight my hair, it does take a long time. I have thin hair, but I have a lot of it. I don't have thick hair at all, but I have a lot of strands. And she did a full. But didn't want to put me under the heat, so it does take a lot longer. And my hair was taking a long time, so she was like, right. I gotta. And so then she's like, next time I know, not to do that. But the fact that, everyone else in the studio was, literally looking at me like they wanted to kill me. And, I'm walking out with wet-ass hair. And there was no, hey, I know I didn't really get the chance to even, trim your hair. Because I even was like, if you don't have time, that's totally okay. I'll come back. I can come back. Right. Not a problem. I can come back next weekend. So that you highlighted it. And literally all I want is a trim. Because, I got some dead ends.
A nice trim, not a...
yeah, I want it to be even, too.
As anyone would want.
And sorry, I know this is a super long-winded story, but I was just like, okay, it just was kind of ridiculous. I obviously was so nice, and I, tipped her very, very well, and I'm not, I'm gonna go back to her, because I love the way she did my color, but just the whole situation, I also think I was just, on edge, because I was so hungover, literally, half Nashville got destroyed, so I really shouldn't be complaining about a lousy haircut. It's the last thing I should be complaining about. But I got home and I just was like, okay, now I need to go blow dry my hair so at least it looks pretty. I couldn't even tell what color it was yet.
Right. That's what I'm saying. How did you even know liked it because it's sopping wet. You can't see the color of it when it's wet.
So it was sopping wet. So like I blow dry it, whatever, and then like that's when I realized I'm like, damn, she literally didn't even cut anything off. Like they're completely uneven. Like it just my hair just still looks like now it looks even more fried because I bleach it. So I was like, okay, like whatever. Like I just was kind of upset. I was upset about like how they were like treating me when I was leaving. And I go downstairs and I'm like, Morgan, like the color looks really nice, but look how like my hair is uneven. Like it was like a weird experience. And he goes, well, yeah, I don't know why you drove all the way out to Franklin to get your hair done. Blah, blah, blah. Just starts like, not even like, oh no, like it still looks good.
Looks great, sweetie.
So I just crying. Right. I just cry. I run to the bathroom and I'm sitting on the toilet crying, bawling my eyes out.
You know, it happens to the best of us. It was a long weekend, it sounds like. And like when I get my hair done, I just want you to tell me it looks good.
Exactly. Like, tell me it looks good.
It's a little uneven here, but like it still looks amazing.
Or just honestly, literally grab a pair of kitchen scissors and help a sister out. Like,
right. So, or that.
But again, this is all in me to say. It was not her fault. I don't believe it was her fault. She was obviously very much so being rushed, and they obviously very much so are rude people that she works with.
Tell that girl she needs to move studios.
So yeah, I am gonna give them a second chance though. So hopefully it's
that's crazy. I'd be the one on Yelp being like, this was an awful experience.
See, that's the thing. And I thought to myself, I was like, should I even talk about this? But I was talking to my friend Holland, and she's a hairdresser who used to do my hair, and she was like the color looks good. But then I was telling her, I was like, no, the color looks great, phenomenal. But she literally went snip, like just all the hair back just went snip.
Right. I mean, you should have just acted like you cut something, and you should have cut nothing at that point.
No, yeah, should have cut nothing because I did not go into the hair salon with this side being shorter.
And I mean, I think you have every right to reach back out to her and be like, hey, any way I can come in for more of a trim? Like, it's a little uneven, and like I didn't get off as much as I would like. And I don't doubt she would let you come in for free and do that. And I know you probably like feel uncomfortable doing that, but like this is a huge service you're paying for. You sat there for hours, and like she knows like they treated you like crap. And like if you're gonna go back, like it is what it is. Yeah, can you trim me up a little more? Like,
yeah, I know. I was debating that or just going somewhere else for a trim. But now I'm scared because I don't trust anyone now. I've never been done dirty by hair. So,
right. Which I think the trim will be fine. Like if she did coloring great, like a trim, that has to be simple and easy. She was just in a rush and couldn't do it.
Yeah, I think she was really stressed out. Honestly, I really think she was stressed out. Yeah, so it was, I mean, now I'm over it because then again, I thought to myself, I'm like, damn, some people lost their houses. Right. It's literally just hair. And it's not even like she chopped it. Like, it's not even like she like messed it up. Like, your hair isn't orange. It's literally.
It could be worse, but still.
You just didn't get a trim.
Yeah.
I could probably easily even it out too.
Right, but like that's the whole point of like going and paying for the service. Like it feels so nice to like have your hair washed, have a fresh color, and a nice trim. It's like
no better feeling. Yeah.
Right. And it's just when you don't get trimmed, it's like my hair still feels disgusting.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, y'all. I just talked for 20 million hours. That is literally like, it's just been a crazy time. I don't even think I told those stories even remotely well, but you did. It's been.
I was waiting to hear. I was wanting to hear about all of that because I was nervous for you to go somewhere new, but like at least you like the color. That's honestly all that matters because it could have been so awful if the haircut was great, but the color was awful. So at least she just didn't trim enough.
Yeah. So, what's new with you?
Well, I want to talk about my neighborhood happy hour.
Yes.
Like I always say, there's so many people that were like invested in it and wanted to hear about it, reaching out to me. People who like said, "Oh, I'm going to start doing this," which I think is so cool. But I had the whole setup. I'm working on actually editing a vlog right now of it. So that'll be out, I'm hoping by tomorrow or Wednesday. Maybe I'll just shoot for Wednesday when this comes out. So like we can have them like watch that too as well.
A dual
Right.
little.
Exactly. But I mean, I was getting down to like the wire and I was like, oh God, like this might be awkward. And like, I just have to like deal with it now. Like it is what it is. And like, it started at 6 and like 6:10 rolls around and like nobody's here and I'm like, you have to be kidding me. I was like, this like no way, like no one's showing up. But then like 5 minutes later, like everyone started like flooding in and it was yeah, it was fine. I just like, it's that awkward thing where like no one wants to be the first person there. They're like, oh, like I'm gonna wait a few minutes, especially since like you don't have to drive anywhere, you're just walking across the street. So, people are coming and going, and, I had a handful of people who stayed for like 20 minutes, and they're like, oh, like we have to head out, which like I wish they would have stayed longer because like as the night went on, the amount of people are like, oh, like this was amazing, like I have to head out. Like 30 minutes, they were still here. And like 30 minutes later, they were still here. An hour later, they were still here. So they just like kept getting like caught up in conversations. But we were just like all talking about how like no one does this anymore. And they're like, we can't believe like the youngest girl in the neighborhood is going to be like the one doing this. And they're like, you're just like inviting like random strangers like into your home. Like, and I'm like, yeah, but like, it doesn't feel that way. Like y'all are my neighbors. I hope I don't live by psychos. Like, I guess I never freaking know, but it is what it is.
True.
No. Yeah. But it was just so fun and like everyone was so nice. Like the amount of wine I have, the amount of champagne I have from people, the amount of candles, like everyone came with something and was like so excited to be there. And just like so many different people met each other where people have lived here for like 10 years and they've never met each other. And I'm
crazy.
just like, how? Like literally how? I understand they're not like your direct neighbor, but like nothing more.
Wild.
Like I'm freaking confused. But it was just like such a great time. Literally was not awkward one bit. I was talking to this girl that's closer in my to my age. Her and her husband were here and we were just like really like hitting it off. And she's like, so like I need to know more about you. Like, are you single? Are you dating someone? Are you seeing someone? I was like, nope, like I'm single. Right. I was like, I'm single as can be. And she was just like, so you need to start hanging out with us. Like I have a lot of friends that are like single as well and like they're trying to meet people. Literally.
And then to do it. Yeah.
I know, just a friend of a friend, like someone through someone. And then my other neighbor came up and she's like a mom and has sons and daughters my age. And I think both of her kids were married. But she was like, my kids come into town all the time. Like one of them lives here. Like you need to start hanging out with them. They have tons of single friends. Like we just need to, like, this is mission. Like find you some dates, like maybe find you a boyfriend in the end. And I was like, how did we get on this topic? How are we talking about this right now? Like, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. It felt kind of nice to finally be like, maybe there will be like some kind of connection and maybe there will be like, oh, a friend of a friend. Because like all my college friends, like I know all of your friends of friends. Like I know everybody. So
and there's not many of them that I would set you up with. Sorry.
Right.
For your own good.
Right. You're looking out for me. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. But I just thought that was like fun and cool and exciting to like hear all of that. So like maybe something will come of that. I don't know. And I talked
Kassidy on a date.
No, yeah. I talked with a girl and her husband that is my age, and they're like, we'd love to go out to dinner. We love to go to happy hours. I was like, me too. I was like, let me know, like whenever you go, like I'm always down. So we're starting to plan some, so that'll
Oh my
be
God, how
exciting.
fun.
I know, it was so fun. And then everyone was leaving at the end of the night, and it just felt like so fulfilling that I like stepped out of my comfort zone and like did this, and like people appreciated the hell out of it. And I
Aw,
think
good.
people our age, they are appreciative, but it's just like different, you know?
Mhm.
And like they are actually like, everyone's saying thank you as they were leaving. Like this was amazing, raving about it. And then I was even getting like phone calls the next day. And they were just like, thank you so much again for this. Like, you've really brought like the neighborhood community back together. Like, we need to start doing this like monthly or quarterly. Like, we need to keep this going if we're moving to everyone's house, you know, just moving around to different houses or going to like a local restaurant or bar. Like, we need to continue this on. And I was like,
Aw.
wait, I love it. I'll be the event planner for the neighborhood. Don't worry. Like, this is on me. But it was so much freaking fun. And I definitely overbought on food and wine, but now I have food and wine
Leftovers.
for ages.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it was so fun. So I was excited, and I'm excited for the next one.
Oh, good. Yay! The hostess with the mostest.
Yes, I'm trying. I'm trying. Step out of your comfort zone, people. I promise you it'll turn out A-okay.
Amen. It will.
No, it will.
Faux
But
show.
we don't really have much on this episode. We definitely have like a few like tidbits here and there. I do want to say that I'm calling it right now. Well, at least I hope that the color, the next color of the season is like going to be an electric blue.
Okay.
Like, there's just too much blue going around.
When I saw electric blue, like what color do you mean? Like a royal blue, like a
I guess you could say a royal blue, like the one behind you. Like electric royal blue.
Okay, like a deep, like not
rich.
like dark, like a very rich, like
right.
royal blue. Okay.
Right.
I guess I haven't been paying attention.
I don't know. Like, I think I'm just like hooked on the color right now, and I really like the color, like the way the color looks on me. So like that's what I'm.
She's like, so everyone out there, it will be the color of the season because I look phenomenal in it.
Right. It's just the dark hair, you know, the nice rich blue. It just like really meshes well together. But I don't know. I feel like we've been in our very like pastel-y neutrals.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, like this red is like a little out there, a little different, you know. There are different varieties, you know. They have the cherry red, but they also have the burgundy that's kind of N. So I'm just thinking we're going to go full throttle into like just a like royal, rich,
like a
blue.
Very rich, like out there color.
Right. Do you agree? Disagree? You don't really know?
I don't disagree. I have been, I'm not even gonna lie, living in my very own world lately.
Right. Okay.
So I haven't been paying much attention with everyone in town. Dude, I have not been on social media, like, at all. Not even for work, because work's been so crazy.
Right.
That, like, I've been slacking on my own job. So I need to go.
Don't worry. I'll send you TikToks that I'll make you watch.
I need to go pay attention. I honestly myself need to get back on social media because I have fallen off the face of the earth.
It's okay. This new year.
I'm kidding. It's way
I just.
Damn it. That's actually, I like was crying trying to explain the tornado. I'm like, so. Okay, sorry. Continue.
No, but I mean that's basically like all I really had. I just like have this feeling about blue, and I'm just really liking it. So I'm gonna make everyone else think that's the color, so we can just all collectively wear it.
I dig it. Another thing that you said or that you asked, you put in the notes was, do you wear holiday themed sweatshirts?
Right.
You're wearing one right now. And she's going to plug. Just watch. Everybody, get your phones, get your notepads ready. She has a code. Damn, I can take your job from you.
No, but this is actually like so cute. Like I haven't.
Yeah.
So it says Jolly Era, and of course, like playing into like Taylor Swift that everyone's freaking doing. But I'm just liking how it's very minimalistic.
Yeah, I am not a holiday sweatshirt wearer.
I'm not a Santa, snowman, reindeers. This?
So 100%. I have an aesthetic when it comes to sweatshirts and t-shirts.
The bar? Is that the aesthetic?
No. If it looks like you could get it at an airport, that's what I wear.
You're getting it.
Because literally, Morgan literally says all the time, you just look like you have an airport aesthetic. Like, all of your clothes are literally from the airport. And I'm like, I don't even think half of them are from... I do actually have a couple things from the airports. But
I just don't think...
like,
I don't agree.
Looks like it's from the airport. And I'm like, I mean... But, like, that I would wear.
Right. So, this is very cute. Now you said that I should plug it.
So, are you going to buy me one?
Obviously. It's already in the mail being sent to you. It's from Venture 19. But I feel like I got this a little too late because, like, their Christmas stuff's already on sale.
Well, and it's literally almost... like, it's about to not almost be Christmas.
I know. I keep forgetting that it's, like, almost over.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, I've got to get I've worn this, like, every day since I got it. Literally. I mean, I have some, like, makeup stains up here. You probably can't see them. But I just been taking it on and off. And it's so comfy. And I usually do not wear, like, Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
But this is just, like, so mellow that I'm, like, loving it.
Well,
and I also got these slippers.
Oh my god, cute. Though, yeah, those like you can wear 24/7, like all the time.
Yeah,
year round.
Yeah. Use code CassidyC19 for money off. But like I said, their Christmas stuff's already on sale, and you can't stack them. Mm-hmm. But they have tons of cute stuff, and I know they're about to have a New Year's drop, so that's nice.
Well, I'm gonna plug myself. Any brands that would like to work with me, I'm free. Yes, I always talk about how I'm so very busy, but a girl can clear her schedule.
I'll make the time, baby. Don't you worry.
A girl can clear her schedule. You can reach out to me at 5. I'm just kidding. I'm not actually going to give my phone number. That's funny. You can reach out to me via DM at Maddy Schweppy on all platforms. So I'll be looking forward to seeing your DMs. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you. Oh my God. Do you want to know something that's crazy? And I know like so many people get these, but it literally, it just like set a spark in me that I really need to start working hard for this stuff. And like, it really will like work out. So as y'all know, I've been posting a lot on Like to Know It. I've been linking a lot of stuff and like, it's been gaining traction. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for buying through my link. Thank you. You know, there are single women out here who benefit from that. So thank you for that extra money.
I need to get on that.
But on Instagram, like this is the legit Instagram. I swear it's not a scam. Rare Beauty reached out to me. And it was like, we love your profile. We love this. We love that. Like, we'd love to send you a package. Go through this link and fill out your info. So that was like...
So hello?
A few days ago. So I'm like, when is it getting here? Like this... I'm not going to believe it's like... It's fully real until it's like at my door. But I was like, that is so cool. Like, I need to start reaching out. And like, maybe I'll get on more.
I went through a phase where I reached out all the time when I was like active on social media. Mm-hmm. Been ghosted a couple times.
No, that's why I've always been ghosted. No one ever replies. But like, I didn't even reach out to Rare Beauty, so maybe I just like don't reach out to them and continue what I'm doing, and don't like they'll come to me.
Yeah, don't reach out.
They'll want me, and I'll decide if I want you.
if you get a +1 to an influencer trip.
Maddy, we've already talked about this. I'm your +1 and you're my +1. And if it goes any other way, the plane will not be leaving the ground.
I'll find
I don't know what
you,
else to say.
and I will kill you.
Period. Yeah, that is what it is. We've made this lifelong commitment that's going to be that.
I was gonna say that I might regret. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But is it top 5 time or not
yeah,
yet?
let's just go into top 5.
Okay, so sorry, that was a whole lot of blabber on my end that honestly we couldn't fit in some of the things that we wanted to talk about. But tornadoes deserve an hour-long podcast, okay?
We fit in basically everything.
We're now a Storm Watchers podcast.
Exactly.
But we are going to switch it up because like Kassidy said earlier, like we can all tell by looking at our calendars, Christmas is almost over. And what does that mean?
The new year, baby.
It means
damn, I hit that shit.
Yeah. Let me turn this down a little. It means that it will be 2024 and new year, new me, of course, as it always goes. So we decided to kick off our top 5 with a little New Year's flair. And it's the top 5 things that we want to change or do better in the new year. So
right. So these are, I wouldn't really classify this as like, well, I guess they are goals. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, things that I would like to change / do going into the new year. Or, like maybe just like now as well, Yeah. But like I'm a girl who has to start like on like the beginning of the month, like on the 1st, or like I just like I have to start like that, or I just won't ever start.
Mine is more of like whenever my like ADHD brain like is like, sweetheart, I'm gonna let you focus on this. But it'll only last for like 5 days. So you better work hard, do hard, and then you're just gonna just drop it.
No.
So like I'm screwed. Okay, sorry, did not mean to interrupt.
Not gonna drop it. We're gonna follow through this year because we're 25 and we're mature and we can stick to this.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Anyways.
And mature.
Period. Starting out at number 1. Having a routine. I've just never been good at that. And I'm going to help myself out a little bit and give myself some grace because I work from home 3 days out of the week. I go into the office 2 days out of the week, an hour and a half commute, have to wake up, get ready. Like, I just want to wake up same time every single day. And if that means waking up at 5 a.m. every single morning, even when I'm working from home, I need to do it. So that is my thing. And just waking up when my alarm goes off. There's no snoozing involved. Get up. Get up, get up, get it. Because that's the hardest part. Like once I'm up, once I'm showered, like most of the time I'm like, oh, okay, I'm fine. But it's obviously the getting up. Number 2, as always, working out. It just needs to be like a given, like me eating dinner every day. Like working out every day just needs to be like a thing. Even if it's like a walk around the neighborhood. Like, I've got to do something because I just find myself working all day in my house and like not stepping out of my house once. So that's not good.
I love it.
But we'll work on it. Number 3. Starting to treat social media more like a job and blocking time off to actually do it and make the time for it. Because right now it's just like, oh, whenever I have some free time. Well, like we all know that like never comes around and that never happens. And I really want to be better at doing that and better at planning out social media. And that almost means like getting ready for events 2 hours early because no one really tells you how hard it is to like record everything at an event or a happy hour. Like I run out of time for everything.
Or how hard it is when you're with people that don't care and it's like they're
Right.
being rude about it. So if you're one of those
Right.
people that are rude about it,
Right.
I would say a word that I can't say on the podcast.
Period. And I also just want to do a quick plug. You know, since I live in Fort Worth, I would hope and I would guess that people in Fort Worth listen. So if you're like a micro influencer wanting to do that thing in Fort Worth, let me know. Because I feel like it's hard to get that content when you're with friends who just don't really care, which is fine. That's totally fine. Social media is not their thing. But I also just feel a little weird recording stuff around them too, which is my own insecurity that I need to get the hell over. But anyone in Fort Worth, you want to start doing that, you want to start hanging out, collabing off each other ideas, let me know. Totally down to meet you. Okay, number 4. Become closer with God. This is my thing every single year, and I get so mad at myself because I feel like I fall short every single year, and I really need to make this a priority above all else. Even if that means, you know, going to church on a Sunday or simply just like opening up the Bible, reading a few pages, or just like starting like a women's Bible study kind of thing. I think going to church is great, but I also think there are other ways to get closer.
Yeah.
So that's just always a goal of mine that I really need to work better at. And number 5, as always, changing my eating habits. I like fast food's not bad. Like I enjoy fast food, and I'm never gonna cut fast food out. Let's just be realistic; it's never gonna be cut out. But I need to start fueling my body with things that like make me feel good. And I just feel like I wonder why I'm tired all the time or groggy. Well, all I eat is freaking fries, chicken strips, and a Dr. Pepper. Like, damn, maybe that's weighing you down, sis. Like, eat a damn salad.
Yeah.
Like, so that's my thing that I really want to work hard on this year because, like Maddie and I have texted about, I really want 2024 to be my selfish year where I don't give a crap about anyone else. Hate to say it. Like, this is about me and bettering myself, and sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, no, fully agree. Fully
But
agree.
that's my top 5. On to you.
Okay, so my first one is it's gonna sound weird, I kind of have to explain, is to take better care of myself, but not in like the like working out sense, as in like I don't ever like really pamper myself. This past year, I went like I literally think I got my hair done like twice.
Right.
I mean, I never get my nails done. Granted, do I really have the money? But no. But like, I also don't sit down. I don't take a couple of hours and like paint my nails. Like, so like pamper myself. I've never gotten a facial. Like, I've never treated myself in that sense. I always kind of like push, you know, that off to the side. And so like, I never have those like beauty days. I never like, I just am like, go, go, go. Or just even if I need to pamper myself by like, sit like laying in bed or
Right.
you know like taking myself on a walk or just kind of like treating myself in that sense to like make myself feel better, because I don't ever get my eyebrows done. Like I don't ever like put that stuff like on the front end. I was like just I'm like, no, it's not that important, it's not that important, when it's
Right.
like it is important. And like it's important to like treat yourself, not only because like you want to feel pretty or like you want to feel good, like mental health, like all of that. So
Right.
just
I
take
agree.
take better care of myself, like put myself first in that sense, like pamper myself. Okay, number 2, not care what others think of me, which like I don't necessarily have a problem with. I think it's more of not comparing myself to others, whether it be, you know, looks, social media, charisma, like just not comparing myself to others, because I never was bad about it, but I've noticed like in the past like a year or so or like couple of years, like it has gotten bad. And so, you know, I just need to realize that like I am me, and I'm so fabulous.
Amen, sis. Amen.
Exactly. Okay, number 3. Become more organized in my personal life.
Love
I
that.
am a shit show. I'm always a mess. I don't know where anything is, literally at any time. I don't. I'm a hot mess. I don't keep dates straight. I skate through life and hope that there are no like cracks. So I need to get organized. I'm gonna try my absolute hardest. Like, in one aspect of my life at a time. We're just gonna get organized.
Right. Start small. Start small.
Because sister is 25 and a literal hot mess. What else? Number 4? I think.
I think.
This one kind of like goes into the not care what other people think. 2024, I am not going to be a people pleaser anymore. I am going to stick up and advocate for myself because I never do. And I'm going to be selfish because I never am. And I'm tired. I'm worn out. And it's my time. It's my time to shine. As terrible as it sounds, I want all focus on me in any situation because it never is. And, I feel like I'm at the point where I deserve it.
Right. And if you don't voice that, and if you don't say, like, I need this, I want this, like, you're always going to be on the back burner, or you're always just going to be, like, in the shadows.
And also, if I have ever a problem with anyone, I'm not going to brush it under the rug like I do year after year. I am going to speak up. So, to all you who have done me wrong, watch out.
All you haters out there.
Watch out. Yeah, this all sounded very selfish. But again, it's as bad as it sounds saying selfish year, it's like for the good, for the best, because again, I'm such a people pleaser that I never put myself first. And this year we're not doing that because no one else does it for, it's like no one else does it for you. Yeah. You're constantly just sticking yourself or caring about others a lot more than you're caring about you, but no one is doing it back. So it's like, I'm tired of it.
Right. And like selfish isn't always like a bad word. Like it's not always a negative thing.
But then my 5th one, this is actually truly like my not selfish, as we literally just talked about being selfish, but in a good way. But over the past year, I would say it all started this is kind of a story. Sorry. It all started like before I moved to Nashville, when I really like wanted to move to Nashville and like was really focusing on like Tennessee, Nashville area. It was about like this time last year, and it was, I think Nashville had hit its all-time like coldest temperature on Christmas Day, below 0. And what everyone was talking about was just like, oh, there are people that live out on the streets. Like, if you can take people in, because it's not safe for someone to live outside. So my goal this year or 2024, is to find a way to give back to my community, either like through volunteering or like finding a nonprofit that I like kind of align with, and just devoting time in that. I think that I feel like it's something that I've been wanting to like do and like focus on for a really long time. So it is a goal of mine to find some sort of organization that I can, on the days that I have nothing to do, instead of going out and spending money or like, doing something that I really don't need to be doing, like I might as well, give back or go help in any way that I can. So that's a goal.
Nice. Crazy you say that. Literally. Very nice. Chris and I were just talking about that, saying that we really want to like volunteer more and like give our time to organizations that actually like make a difference kind of thing. And I think we're just like at that age where it's like I love to go out, don't get me wrong, but like, oh no, this Saturday is, I'm working the food bank, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And it just like makes you feel good that you're giving back and like you're helping somebody. And I feel like we definitely always get into like this loving, caring thing during the holidays because, it's definitely rough on people. Some people can't afford this or that, but I think we need to carry that throughout the
Yeah.
entire year. So I think that's a great goal.
Yeah. And so I think in the next couple of weeks, like, collecting like blankets and jackets and just driving around and like passing them out just because it's already in the 20s here. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
getting
crazy.
cold really fast. And yeah, it's one of those things, like it was like a huge thing that I thought about last year before I even moved here. And so I think that I just need to find some sort of nonprofit, or just like, I mean, even just go volunteer at shelters, or I mean,
Right.
even if it's just reading books to like little kids at a local library, like just giving back in ways that I can, you know.
Right. Wow, I agree. I love that. Great
Yeah.
note to end on.
Yes,
I love that.
yes. So we hope you enjoyed the episode. Sorry, it's a long one and I chatted halfway through. But again, if you feel it in your heart, please pray for all of the families that lost their homes during the tornadoes, and just keep them in your thoughts, because Lord knows that they need it. Thank you for listening to the episode, and we love you so very much.
We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.